But I'd quickly pop over and do a quick little video on how to create a Facebook event from scratch and then how to duplicate that event so that you can take all of the hard work out. So the first thing you're going to need when you create an event is a cover photo. You'll be able to get one of those from the content library. And you'll also need to have some sort of little spiel that you'd like to put in the about section of the event. So I'll show you again. Notes is where I tend to keep all of my online event stuff. I've got a whole file dedicated to online parties, and with this one up here, the about section, I have saved the cover photo that I like to use, as well as my little spiel, which basically just explains to the guests how it works. There's a section here as well where I would put in the host's party link, the Inspirations magazine, and then how they order. I've also put in my business page as well. So before we go and create that event, I'm just going to copy this information here so that I can paste it into the event. So I'll just pop that up to the side for the minute. So, oops, the days. I'm going to get rid of these messages. So basically, if you go into your Facebook, I've got my notifications going crazy. Down here is events. You want to click on events, and then you want to click on this blue create event button. So this is for the first one. I like to set mine up as a private event, but you can do yours however you like. The first thing it's going to ask you for is let's get rid of that, is a cover photo. So you can either upload that photo, and for me, mine are saved in a file under cover photos, online. There it is. There's the online cover photo that I'd like to use. Then you need to give the event a name. So I'm going to call this Debbie's. Actually, we'll call it Wendy's. Wendy's online Lorraine Lee catalog party. We can put in some little emojis there if you like. I'm going to leave the location blank in the description. I've already copied the text, so I'm now just going to paste that text in there. All you need to do is just put your host's party link in there. So if you've texted that to yourself, you can copy it from a text. I'll just find mine. My goodness, my phone is going crazy. Okay, so I'm just copying a link. And again, because I'm using a Mac, I can copy on my phone and paste on my computer. If you're not using a Mac, you won't be able to do it that way. You'll have to just type it out. Now we go through and down the bottom, we need to set a date and time. I like to finalize my online parties on a Thursday evening because that is when people have been paid, so they're more likely to spend. And I just put 8 o'clock on mine. It's up to you what date and time you like to finalize. I just find the evening is easier to finalize things. Co-host, this is where if you select on here, you can type in your co-host name. So I would put in Wendy as my co-host. I'm actually just going to remove Wendy because I'll show you how you can add her later. Some people like to set up the event first, post a few pictures and posts into the event and then add their host in. So if we go create private event, we can then, I'll show you then how you can add the co-host in afterwards. Once you've set it up, if you then wanted to add the co-host, you click on edit. And this brings all the same information up again. So at any time, you can then go in and add your co-host there as well. Personally, when I set up a Facebook event, there's 3 posts that I like to use firstly. So I do a welcome post first, which explains how it works. And then I put a post up with the Inspirations magazine. And then my third post is a Who is Lorraine Lee post. So this just goes through who Lorraine Lee is and the 3 options available to them. So after I've posted those 3 posts, then I would add my host in, and then I would start posting into the event, generally once or twice a day, and then obviously more as it gets a little closer to finishing the event as well. So that is how to set an event up from scratch. Now, the good news is once you've set one event up, you can duplicate the bones of the event. So it doesn't duplicate all of the posts, but what you can duplicate is the cover photo, the name, and the about section, which means you don't have to do that hard work each time. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. From whatever event you want to duplicate, if you come over here to the little 3 dots and select that one, there is an option here to duplicate event. So let's just say, for example, Debbie books a party from Wendy. I can just duplicate Wendy's event, take out Wendy here, put Debbie in. Down here, I would obviously remove Wendy's post and URL and put Debbie's URL in here. I would change the date and time to the week after. And normally this would say Wendy here as my co-host, but I took her off before. So you would just take Wendy off the co-host, add Debbie on. And if Wendy had already invited friends to her event, you would just select on this invite friends box, and it would actually come up with all of the friends that you may have as mutual friends with Wendy, and you just can select the little X beside each of them to remove those off of the event as well. And then you would just click create private event, and you'll notice that it looks exactly the same as Wendy's, but it now just has Debbie's details. So boom, there we go. So that, my friends, is how you create a Facebook event and then duplicate a Facebook event. I hope that's been of help, and I can't wait to hear how you go.